Equatorial Guinea. Algeria will travel to play Togo. Eswatini will welcome Mozambique, while Cameroon are away to Kenya. While staying with the incident in Libya, our correspondent FrancesNweze, I understand, is live with us now from our Abuja studio to also talk about this. Well, Jane, tell us, what else do you know beyond what we already know at the moment? Hello, Jane.
Fact that CAF tried to mediate and get clearance for Nigeria to, fly to Benghazi. Now that's looking like
Hello. All right. We are experiencing network issues at the moment, but I beg your pardon. I'm hoping that our backroom staff are trying to, of course, reconnect with Jane so that she can share her thoughts with us. I understand, by the way, I mentioned earlier that Jane was in the studio, but I understand she is at the airport at the moment, of course, awaiting the arrival of the Super Eagles. If Jane comes back, we'll continue to talk about now. All right, I understand that Jane is back now. Well, Jane, you were going to share some thoughts with us. Hello, Jane, you hear me?
Well, we're still waiting for the Team Nigeria to arrive at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport here in Abuja. The team is supposed to first touch down in Kano for immigration clearance before coming into Abuja, where some of the contingents will be dropping off, and finally the final contingent in Lagos. Arms crossed, everyone is looking at what CAF decision would be with Nigeria boycotting this match. Yes, a very hostile treatment meted to the Nigerian team in their rights, very agreed to decide to boycott the game. But of course, the football rules are football rules, and we're hoping that CAF disciplinary committee will be lenient with the Nigerian team in their decision.
Well, Jen, we see the airport right behind you. Have you had conversations with the football fraternity in Abuja just to gauge, how they feel about this horrible incident that just happened in Libya? Hello, Jane.
Well, they feel very bad, and trying to establish how it's also a dicey situation for Nigeria team, and how we're not very certain what the decision would be, which was why you did not have the NFF coming out to say they are boycotting the games, but they kept on insisting, or rather they painted a clear picture that the players were the ones who said they weren't going to play, and also the federal government backed them because of CAF rules. Now you have to play your games irrespective of what happened, and especially being that the CAF president, Patrice Motsepe, tried to intervene and even get a clearance for Nigeria to fly to Benghazi, have maybe a 24-hour rest before the game is played. But the players, were insisting, and rightly so, that they're not very certain about their security in Benghazi, considering Libya Federation, or considering Libya showing that this very bad nature of more than 15 hours of restricting the team at the airport with no access to food and water. So the NFF is being very careful about the things they say, because that may backfire on us if the federation comes off as backing the players as not wanting to play, because they are the ones that are to protect football rules. So it could be assumed that players and government don't know much about football rules, but NFF know, and they can't come out to say, yes, we are backing the players not to play. So all they've done is to communicate that our players said they're not playing.
Right. The media officer did say that, of course, CAF has been informed, and FIFA has been informed as well. Any word from any of those in the quarters yet?
CAF have actually issued an official statement that they will be doing an investigation to find out what disciplinary step to take, and maybe it's going to, play out well for all the other West African countries and even South African countries, how North African nations treat countries that come to them, especially in this, what is described as in football, having to maybe delay teams at the airports. These are things we should be over with in African football. We can't have these situations, countries, playing this kind of tactics just to water down the morale of a visiting team. It doesn't help our football in any way. But CAF said they're going to look into it, and it's a long process because Libya is also claiming that they had a similar experience coming to Nigeria. But we all know what the situation was when they came to Nigeria. They decided to land in Port Harcourt. It was not Nigeria who diverted them to Port Harcourt, and also Nigeria, not getting any confirmed communication from them where they were landing, made provisions for them at the Victor Atta International Airport in Uyo. And when they landed in PH, the NFF protocol tried their very best to get the immigration to actually attend to them, clear them, provided logistics for them. They said they wouldn't travel in the NFF bus, but we had a security standby to accompany them all the way from Port Harcourt to Uyo within the shortest period. I mean, they weren't delayed topmost more than 3 hours, despite not giving us prior information about their travel plans. So that investigation we expect from CAF should be very straightforward at this point.
FrancesNweze, correspondent in Abuja, of course, talking to us live from the airport where she's waiting for the arrival, of the Super Eagles. Many thanks indeed for sharing your thoughts with us. Well, from that, now let's move to other stories. England recovered. That's the UEFA Nations League now. They recovered from embarrassing UEFA Nations League loss to Wembley, but we're still not totally convincing as they finally overcame Finland in Helsinki. In other results, Greece beat Ireland 2-0. Austria thrashed Norway 5-1. Armenia lost 2-0.